going on early from now on because I see we're getting a lot of reception between the hours of like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. up until now. So it makes more sense for me to go live at those times in order to get the mass amount of people that might want to get the same information. Also, to get us out to more people since we're trying to gain more subscribers, more likes, more shares. It's a festive weekend, y'all. Y'all know what next week is. Thursday. It's Christmas. So it's your boy Bugatti Santa over here with the news for the day from your bottom line, which y'all already know, the bottom line. Today we have Saved by the Bell. The government shutdown averted by the last minute. Y'all see it up there. Last minute. It's been averted. It's been averted. It's been averted by the last minute. Last minute aversion, y'all. I know you already saw the news. I know you already know what's going on. You already know that we were in a scary time where everybody was like, oh my God, the government's shutting down. What are we going to do? Everybody's going on holiday. Well, guess what? Yesterday, the government actually got together with a bipartisan budget, something that the left and the right felt as if they could sign, which saved us from another, oh my God, the government's going to be shutting down. How come it seems like every couple of years we get the same situation where it gets all tense, where everybody's like, the government's about to shut down, the government's about to shut down, the government's about to shut down. Can't they put something in play where we don't have to shut down? I understand that Speaker Johnson says we're 2 trillion behind and we only got 2 trillion in profits. I understand that. But the bottom line is, why do we keep coming to this place where every couple of years we're always nervous about spending? How come we can spend on Ukraine, we can spend on all these other places, but we can't get our own budgets right? It's your boy Bugatti NYC. Let's find out how this happened. Anthony Griffin, they avert that every year for the last 30 years. Don't they? Let's go. You just said what I was thinking. They avert it every year for the last 30 years. So you basically said what I'm saying. So we on the same page here. So let's go. What they talking about? How'd they do it?
Okay, the vote just being called at this moment. My producer Kyle Stewart confirming that 366 to 34 with one voting present is the final total number. You have 196 Democrats that voted for it. Not one voted against it, though one did vote present. And you have 34 Republicans who voted against it. That's 4 less than it was yesterday when 38 Republicans voted against a version of this bill that did have the debt limit hike attached to it. You could see Democrats really making...
Pause for the facts. Susie here is shopping for a used car, but she doesn't know that nearly half of them have been in an accident.
Interesting.
But Carfax.com shows how accidents impact price, so she doesn't have to overpay. Unpause. Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
Sure that this bill had passed and got over the finish line. You can't see it, but there's a lot of reporters standing to my right. They are all waiting for House Speaker Mike Johnson to address reporters now that the gavel has closed. Again, this was a monumental moment for Johnson to get this over the finish line with Trump and apparently Elon Musk's blessing, but the road for him ahead is just beginning. And of course, it looks windy as he had to make a lot of trades and deals to make this happen and get this across the finish line. 2 weeks from now, there will be a vote to elect the new speaker officially on the floor. Of course, Speaker Johnson got the confidence of his members behind closed doors. We'll see how what happened over the last 36 hours has changed things.
Big or as big as it originally was, but I know you kind of ticked through some of it. If you can, and you mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I think it's important for folks that are watching at home, right? What is actually in this thing and what isn't in this thing?
I think it's important to talk about what didn't make it in this bill. And remember, Congress doesn't function the way it's supposed to. Things are supposed to move through regular order. You're supposed to have committees involved, a committee process by which members can make their voices heard, maybe an amendment process on the floor. This isn't a new thing. This is not a 118th Congress problem. This was happening during the first Trump administration as well, of course, during Biden's term too. And so now you get to the end of the year, and typically what happens around here is you have one last-ditch effort to get all of these items in a big package, and that is what you saw happen with this bill, where members don't have time to read it. If one person adds one thing, then you have another member who wants to add a completely different provision, and it turns into what many people around here were calling a Christmas tree full of extraneous ornaments. But there are some important provisions that Democrats are frustrated that didn't make it in the bill.
But there's also other things that are in the bill that's going to make us owe even more money. See, I'm a smart person. I think like this. Instead of me spending a whole bunch of money now or borrowing a bunch of money now that I'm going to have to pay double on later, why don't I just cut a couple of areas of spending so I don't have to worry about that down the line? Why create issues for yourself when you know that they could possibly occur? Right now, we got a deficit. We owe trillions of dollars to so many other places, so many countries. We owe China out the wazoo. We even owe for Social Security. So why are we constantly printing and making money and doing all of this stuff when down the line, a couple of years later, we're going to all have to bite the bullet and pay for it even worse, even more money than we're paying now? So what I'm not understanding is, how come we can't come up with a successful budget and create avenues, job streams in different situations where we don't got to worry about stuff like this? We can keep on paying everybody else. We can keep on paying all of these people to do all of this stuff, but what we can't do is seem to get our own stuff right. Let's keep going, y'all. Let's keep going. Honestly, what do you guys think about it? Anthony's saying the same thing that I am. It seems to me like this always happens, and every year, like she even said it, they're rushing at the last minute to try to get a bill, to try to get some laws passed, and they're sneaking stuff in to try to see if you're going to just not read it. And that's why the bills don't pass, because of all this extra ornaments and stuff that they're putting onto it. Because if it's excess spending, common sense practice is a lot of people not going to go for it. And I wouldn't either. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't go for it. What do y'all think? Because that's what's important. I need to know what y'all thinking about this right now, because what I'm thinking is one thing. What y'all think is even more important than what I'm coming up with. Let's see, since y'all say that I only go to Fox News, we got some MSNBC information up here. They like to beat Trump up. So yeah, let me let y'all get some run on this Saturday with Trump getting beat up. Go for it.
Evening from New York, I'm Chris Hayes. Here's where we are. With the holidays looming, Republicans created a massive government crisis out of nothing. They then begged Democrats to bail them out, which the Democrats did tonight, and a costly shutdown appears to be averted at the 11th hour.
So that's what I'm saying. Even the news is not straight up. This is supposed to be MSNBC. Soon as he came on, he said, oh, the Democrats they saved the Republicans because of what they did or whatever. So what news do you guys want me to go to? But I'll keep on going. Let's go. Let's go.
With the passage of a bill to fund the government until March.
Imagine making $453,000 in a single month.
Not with Biden as president.
With
March in the House, thanks to near unanimous support from Democrats just hours before the federal government was set to run out of funding. We're still waiting on the Senate, though that's expected. This absurd flirtation with disaster was completely preventable, but it became necessary after Republican leadership scuttled a robust bipartisan funding bill that had been hammered out between the parties over months. They got orders to oppose it from the big guy, the wealthy showman who is the de facto leader of the Republican Party, Elon Musk. The world's richest man who used his Twitter platform to blast the government funding bill dozens of times. After Musk declared war on the bill, then the actual president-elect, that guy named Donald Trump, followed suit, saying, yeah, also I don't like it. And he wanted the funding bill to also do away with the federal debt ceiling. Okay?
The debt ceiling. Exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody want to spend money, but don't realize we got to pay that debt back. We owe money. We owe tons of money. We owe money for the next 60 to 70 years that we can't even pay back. But no, give these people money. No, give Ukraine some money. Give them some missiles. Give them. Give them what you want. Give them anything they want.
What then unfolded over the last 24, 36 hours was predictable chaos, you could call it. Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson suddenly struggling to keep the government open and to keep his own leadership job, while the world's richest man tweeted about how a government shutdown wouldn't be that bad. In fact, it would be...
All right, that's enough, because you're not even talking about the bottom line of what was in the bill or what it's about. I tried, y'all. I tried. Now we're going to go and see what the other side is talking about and how they're talking about it. Actually, let's see what Chuck Schumer's talking about, since we can understand Chuck a little bit better. Let's see what Chuck has to say.
Of course, individual aides in this majority. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming. So I'm so proud and glad to be joined by many of my Judiciary Committee colleagues led by Chair Durbin. Now, I know a lot is happening in the Capitol today and tonight, but we want to mark a historic moment here in the Senate. Today, we confirmed the 235th judge, more than any majority has confirmed in decades. This is historic and will have huge and positive implications for the American people for generations to come. Now, with the nation's newest 235th judge, we've confirmed more judges under President Biden than any administration in this century, more judges than any administration going back decades. And listen to this, 1 out of every 4 active judges on the bench has been appointed by this majority. 1 out of every 4. We have some of the most qualified and historic nominees ever confirmed in a 4-year span. 1 out of every 4 judges on the bench is amazing. I want to thank all the senators who worked hard in support of these nominees. It wasn't easy. Their diligence, their stick-to-itiveness, their unity.
So we got some more judges. So does that mean that, this is what it means, you guys, because everybody feels like the president and everybody can do whatever they want. They can't. These judges basically determine what laws get passed and what's going to be the new laws and what we're going to actually enact. Or if you want to pass a law or introduce a law, these judges have to say yay or nay. What happens is Democrats try to stack the deck so there's a lot of judges on the Democratic side, whereas when they bring their laws, they can have a better possibility to be passed. Republicans, when it's their time to be president and in office as well, try to stack the deck on their side as well so that they can get their bills passed as well or have a better possibility of them passing. Then they look at incentives such as who put us here, who's the person, what party it is. I'm just being straight up and down. I look at it like they're cool to their party and the person who put them in place. Thereby meaning if a Republican person put the Republican judge in place, that Republican judge, 9 times out of 10, people feel as if it's gonna sway laws and ideals towards the same way that that Republican governor would, or that Republican person would. Basically, it's all the same type of game. It's like, you're on my team, I'm on your team. We don't know from where we live and where we stand how strong those tactics are, if they actually work, if they're being implemented. But it's the overall sentiment of what government's doing, and that's the way that they feel comfortable about, oh, we may be able to get our laws passed since we've got our guy, since we've got our girl on the as a judge now. And that's how that goes. So I didn't want to really go too far into this, but it is important because I thought about it, and it is news. It's not a lot of news going on besides Luigi and a couple of other things about Jay-Z and P. Diddy that I'm so tired of talking about. Government is more important because it's the foundation and our backbone of where we're from. And it's important to make everything run. You may think that your vote doesn't count or what happens in government doesn't pertain or boil down and reflects upon you, but it really does at the end of the day. Trust me, it does. So let's keep going. We also got some situations going on in Indiana because Indiana's basically not playing. They got the Crimes Gun Task Force out there, and what they doing? They taking guns off the street along with dope. That's right, I said it, Dizzo. Let's go.
Meanwhile, today, local and federal law enforcement highlighted the success of the Indiana Crime Guns Task Force, which is working to break the cycle of violence here in central Indiana.
Block 79's Jesse Wells explains how many violent suspects were busted by the task force this year.
All the guns seen here are just a small sample of the illegal weapons seized by the Indiana Crime Guns Task Force so far this year. Their work has resulted in more than 270 firearms being taken off the streets, along with 232 arrests. Police believe both those numbers have helped drive down violent crime across central Indiana. These guns and 20 others, along with various drugs, including cocaine and fentanyl, and more than $100,000 in cash, were seized during one bust by the Indiana Crime Guns Task Force in March of this year. That case reflects a much larger public safety fight.
I think that what we're doing is making a difference. Our goal is to get the illegal guns out of the hands of violent criminals who are committing violent crime against our citizens.
In fact, IMPD claims the task force seizing more than 270 crime guns in 2024 contributed to a decrease in non-fatal shootings, homicides, and other violent crimes compared to the year before.
This is phenomenal. They deserve it. Yeah, they deserve a round of applause. Y'all think it's not a big situation? It's only 200 and something guns or whatever. That's a lot of guns. That's a lot of weapons and a lot of deals note. Yeah, Indiana Crime Guns Task Force. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Indiana Crime Guns Task Force seizes more than 270 guns, resulting in 232 arrests in 2024. That could have resulted in so many murders, so many crimes, so many robberies and assaults. Look at the numbers in Indiana. Other guys, other states, other officials, y'all need to take note of what's going on in Indiana because they're not playing in Indiana.
Personally, I think we're the tip of the spear when it comes to that when driving down violent crime by getting these illegal firearms off the streets of Indianapolis and the surrounding communities.
We're all in this together.
Because violent crime isn't confined to Indianapolis, the multi-agency task force involves members of the ATF as well as police from Fishers, Avon, Beech Grove, Lawrence, and Zionsville. The Fishers police chief believes the task force has made his community safer.
489 illegal firearms that come off our city streets, and 64% of those come back to violent crimes in Indianapolis.
You heard that? 489. 69% of those come back to violent crimes. Violence where people could have got hurt. Fire. I like stuff like that. Call me what you want. You don't like this stuff? Kick rocks. I think it's cool. I like to see people alive and healthy. I ain't cool with the other side. I don't get down like that. I might sound like I do, but I don't. Nope. Sorry. I like people to live and let live.
So we should be in this.
We're dedicating a lot of resources out there, but we're doing that because the return on investment we believe is worth the effort. We are seeing crime numbers come down.
Because police insist a small number of offenders cause a large percentage of violence, the goal of the task force is to target repeat violent suspects.
We're fishing with a spear, so to speak, right? We're going in, we're making sure we're targeting the right people because they're driving the violence.
In addition to all the illegal guns taken off the streets this year, since the task force began in July of 2021, more than 1,300 illegal weapons have been recovered.
1,300 illegal guns, and that's in the last 3 years. A lot of this stuff doesn't have to do with migrants. It doesn't have to do with any illegal cartel. This is actually citizens and people that are in the country legally committing crimes like this. Hats off to Indiana. Top regards, top stars. Phenomenal work. Phenomenal. Let me see what ICE got going on over here. We got cameras rolling as Fox makes a few arrests over the weekend in the West Bank. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but they're cracking down out there. What's going on over there? How y'all doing? Oh, ain't nobody saying nothing. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. It's a lazy Saturday. It's nice outside. I just came from shoveling snow, but it was good. It was exhilarating. I got a lot of workout out of it. I got to get up early. And thank God for another day, because even the problems are appreciated, because had it not been for you waking up, you wouldn't even be able to have the breath or the wherewithal to deal with those problems. So yes, problems are actually a blessing.
ICE officers suited up before the sun was out.
Let's be as safe as possible. And get our folks. Any other questions?
New Orleans Deputy Field Office Director Brian Acuna escorted us.
You'll hear people talk about alleged raids or indiscriminate sweeps when that could not be further from the truth. As I mentioned, we're going after a couple of individuals today. We know who they are specifically. We know what their immigration case history is and what their criminal history is.
ICE agents arrested Dennis Edgardo Bueso Zelaya first.
Where did you do?
Right there on the screen.
Hold on, let's roll him on the side. Roll him on the side. Yep. Sit up.
Our officers did have to take Mr. Bueso down safely to the ground to make the arrest and put the cuffs on him. There was somewhat of a resistance on his part at first of being cuffed up in that situation. Everything was fine after that point.
I mean, he chilling. He got on his slippers. He got on his little pajama shorts. Homie was in the country just chilling. He was here doing whatever he wanted to do. And they, sorry, wake up, time to go.
Says Bueso has already been deported twice. The agency says he faces a federal warrant for re-entering the country.
Twice. Diego, come on, man. Come on, Diego. Now, Diego, you got caught 2 times, and then this time you got locked up. Y'all want to hear this? Diego got arrested, right? After Diego gets deported, he came back. He got caught again for selling guns, right? They deported him again. Then he came back. This time, he was driving drunk. They arrested him and sent him out, like gave him a court date. Y'all already know that's why I say you're supposed to call us about people like this. They gave him a court date. Hold on a minute. Oh, don't be like that with the migrants and all the people. I said he had already did 2 major crimes and he was driving drunk. Last week, a little girl got hit by one of these guys when he was driving drunk. DUI. She was 7 years old. He got out of the car, took a picture of the little girl, got in the car, and drove off. I have no remorse for how they treat these people, so y'all can kick rocks if y'all don't understand what I'm talking about.
And a Jefferson Parish DUI charge.
Did you enter the United States illegally?
Yeah, and like they be so comfortable. I'm telling you, if it was me, I'd be like, yo, let's take him to the back real quick. Whatever, give me some charges. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, you want to, yeah. Tighten them up real quick. Real quick. Bang, 1 joint. What's the problem? I'm asking you, oh yeah, this is what happened. Yeah, now you want to talk. Because y'all too soft. You're too soft on these people.
Minutes later, ICE arrested 32-year-old.
What does congestion pricing mean for New Yorkers? Updated signals so trains get there faster. Fewer cars so our streets are safer. Cleaner air and accessible stations. That's just the beginning. We're now on our best route forward.
2-year-old Darky Roel Torres Acosta. The agency says it's deported him 3 times before, and he has a warrant in Jefferson.
3 times deported. But no, don't do that. It's not right. Give him a chance. I mean, what's the problem? You here, y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazier than a busload of retarded kids trying to get to school on Sunday. And I said it. Call me what you want.
Parish for intent to distribute a controlled substance. Officers also arrested his brother, Santos Eduardo Torres Ruiz, who has been deported twice and has an operating while intoxicated charge in Jefferson Parish.
Okay, this is 3 people right here. 3 operating while impaired charges. Last week, a little girl, 7-year-old, got killed by one of these people. I want to know how you guys feel about it. I'm about to approach and I'm going to read your comments. Beat me up all you want. I want to see how y'all feel about this. Here I go. What y'all got to say now? Beat me up if you want. This one, call, whatever. Shane Winters, yes, God bless you. Thank you, Shane, and I bless you too. Some guy W. Dutch, that's how they used to do us. They don't seem too much differently. You don't seem too much different, honestly. Dutch, that's how they used to do us. You don't seem too much different, honestly. I don't know what you mean by that, Dutch, but you can kick rocks if you're trying to be funny. We don't play that over here. I can have 1 less subscriber. And Jesus is Lord, Paul Moreno. I appreciate you. Now, can I ask you guys a question while you're here? If you appreciate the content and you're following what I do, can I get a like? It's not asking for no money. I ain't asking you to go in your pocket and do anything. Just click real quick, scroll up, hit the like button if you like it. So I'm going to wait right here. They pressing the like button. Okay, let's go. Let's keep going.
Mia translated our interview.
If you're forced to leave, will you try to come back?
No, ya no. No sé qué voy a hacer si me deportan. a buscar qué hacer en mi país, ya no molestarlos más.
He doesn't know what he would do.
He doesn't know what he's going to do. Meaning, yes, he's going to try to get back. And this is the sentiment. Hey, y'all got me. I'm coming back. I'm doing whatever I got to do to get back. So as long as they willing to come back, drunk drive, do illegal stuff, sell drugs, send money back to cartels, do bad stuff to little kids, intimidate other non-threatening immigrants that's trying to be here legally in shelters, bringing GUNs inside of shelters, having cars, and they just got over here. I don't know how you get a car, 3 or 4 cars. I don't know how you're getting all that. Driving around drunk, and then crashing into African American or Chinese or Asian or Jewish or Spanish, anybody. What gives them the right to be able to come over here, drink, and do anything that they want to do, drive cars, and hit little kids? Y'all think I'm lying? And while I'm going off, 7-year-old little girl that got hit by a car last week. One of these guys got out, took a picture of her and her mom while all the airbags was deployed inside of the car. I showed y'all this last week. I'm showing you examples of the people that need to get kicked out of the country, and it's not a game. And I'm serious about that. It's all festive and it's all Christmas and all of that right now, no doubt. But in order for us to really enjoy our country and really enjoy our lives, where our kids can play safely and not have to worry about getting hit by cars by drunk people like this that's not supposed to be here in the first place, I'm with it. I'm with it. Real talk. Paul, today is the day of salvation. Tomorrow is promised to no one. You're right about that. I'm going to read this one too because it sounds like a prayer. Charles Wagner, repent, sinners. Call upon the name of Jesus Christ and be saved. That's right, Paul Moreno. Jesus is Lord. That is right. Tim Tom, don't legal drive drunk too. And look at you. It's always one person that has to find a little, oh, well, don't legal drive drunk too. Don't legal drive drunk too. Everybody get him. Get him. I'm not even going to deal with him. Tim Tom or whoever that is. It ain't about who. Get them out of here too. If you're driving around drunk and you're from the country, I don't care what state you are, go to jail. I just got my license. I appreciate my license. I don't drive around drunk. I don't even drink like that. I sell liquor and I don't drink like that. I got astigmatism. It's bad enough for me to try to get out here. Hard enough for me to drive. I love to drive. I think it's a gift. You know, I think it's a favor. I think it's phenomenal. I used to sit in the back of my father's car and we used to drive to South Carolina. We used to go through all the states. I used to just look at the grass and look at the trucks and look at the other cars. I love driving. I never had a chance to drive. I just got my license. Man, listen, I cried when I got my license. I never thought I was going to get my license. Nobody in my family got a license, really. We live in New York. We don't really need a car. But, I mean, that's how serious it is. So I take it serious. To the point where I'm keeping my hands at, the right angles, turning and everything like that, because you're driving a vehicle. This is a machine. You can kill somebody. So if y'all don't feel the same way, get my bags. And whoever doesn't understand on the same wavelength, you just probably need to get a little more educated about harming people and being smart about. Don't look at stuff like, well, they're doing it. No, don't do that. Worry about yourself and the bottom line, like the name of the show is. The name of the show, this show, is called The Bottom Line. We don't do smoke and mirrors. We don't do none of that over here. And one of my famous sayings is, you can't pour syrup on and make it pancakes. Because once you bite into it, it's still shit. It's still shit. So we don't play those games. Pull a Band-Aid off, take it like a man, bust your butt, sweat, stink, take a shower. That's the kind of man I am. That's where I'm from. I don't know about all these new age people, whatever like that, but that's where we from. We don't mind working to get what we're supposed to get. We believe in ourselves. We believe in God. And we know what? What does everybody know that believe in God? An honest day's work deserves an honest day's pay. And nothing that he has saved for you, you will not miss. So stop running around acting all crazy, trying to move around like a chicken with your head cut off. What God has intended for you, you shall receive. And I mean that with my heart. Everything in my heart. Paul Moreno, Satan knows his time is short. The end is near. Paul Moreno was the numerous of wars, fathers against sons, sisters against sisters, nations against nations. What was once called evil will be celebrated as good. And we going to lead a show on that. Yo, Paul, you got to subscribe because I need to see you again. Everybody in these comments, I appreciate you guys. And I hope you have a fantastic Saturday. Yes, I'm coming back tomorrow. I'm going to go pull some more information, go look all around and see what I can find. But again, I got like 100 people in here. All I need is some likes. Some likes. Can I get some likes? Come on, can we get some likes? Can I get 10 likes? Come on, y'all. You right there. You. Can I get a like? Can your boy get a like? I'm going to wait for you. Yo, I had a good time today, and I hope you guys did too. Let me see this last one, man. Los Angeles in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, Paul, what's poppin'? LA is in here. Jason, B. Moore, Maryland, prayers sent. B. Moore. Yo, B. Moore? Baltimore? We're going to pray for y'all. Pray for Baltimore. Pray for Los Angeles. Pray for North Carolina. Pray for everybody going through a struggle right now, because God is the ultimate power, and nothing that he has saved for us, we will not receive. What we are supposed to receive, we will receive. And I want to say that today in Jesus' name, amen. Thank you till tomorrow. See you guys later. Like I always told you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Get 'em. 1.